laughing at them.
No. Hi, this is Not a Spring Chick.
And this is Old Cam coming to you today from a very windy beach.
And today we're going to talk about Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and how it affects you in your home.
Yes, the concerns about the financial stability of the housing giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mae became Freddie Mac became more apparent after IndyMac was taken over Friday by the federal government.
Now, first of all week long it says Fannie and Freddie, their stocks are plummeting, and so like, what is going on and how does it affect you? Because the feds came in on Friday, and we talked last week about IndyMac and all the problems with it, and people, they did a bank run?
They did a bank run on IndyMac, and actually they've been doing the same sort of thing on Freddie, on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And they've been doing it, they've been selling off all of the stock in it because they have $5 trillion worth of housing loans. And with the housing market now upside down, people all over the world are dumping the stock, which has basically caused them to tumble since March.
Yeah, so today is Sunday. What we're sharing with you today, today's Sunday, July 13th?
13th, yeah.
So what we're saying to you is, as of today, tomorrow, the whole world could change.
Yeah, the world, basically, everything could tumble down tomorrow horribly. I mean, basically investors are worried now about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
But why should they
going
be
down.
concerned?
Well, because the big thing they do is guarantee all the loans that they sell to investors. See, these two organizations guarantee that the people that took out an $800,000 loan are going to pay that $800,000 loan off to the people that they sell the loans to. Because actually, these two people are actually mortgage brokers. They sell your loan to other people.
You mean Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae?
That's right. They sell them, and the people that they sell them to expect to get a return on the investment. And when their portfolio drops from like $5 trillion to $2.5 trillion worth of worth, that means that the companies, as one of the former directors of the Federal Reserve said, that as far as he's concerned, the two organizations are insolvent and they're busted.
Now, how is this different than saying, well, first of all, what sparked the sell-off of the shares? It was just worries about the housing market?
Basically, it's just like a bank run. When they think the bank it doesn't have any money, it doesn't make any difference that the bank has got all the money in the world. IndyMac was actually a very solvent company. But they were afraid that they were going to go under, so they withdrew so much money from IndyMac and buried it.
Because the banks have so much money. For every dollar that they
have to have so much in the bank in reserve. And
right, they don't have all of it in reserve, everything.
But you're required by federal law to have so much, and when it went below the amount that they had in reserve, they that caused the run for the feds to take it over. But it says here, Fannie Mae would have to add $46 billion to its reserves, and Freddie would have to add $29 billion this week in order to keep the company solvent.
Ouch!
And that's just not going to happen because the feds are coming up with a $300 billion loan package that basically doesn't even include anything like that. It's to help people pay loans.
Well, part of it is, if you want to call it this, the government or the people learned from what happened with Countrywide, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because the government helped Countrywide, and then now Countrywide got taken over by B of A.
Yeah, and basically the B of A stuck with a $10 to $25 billion bad debt.
And even though the government helped Countrywide, the consumers really didn't feel it.
No, it didn't help consumers at all.
It supposedly helped Countrywide.
Yeah. But it says shares of the two firms collapsed this week was sparked by a report from Lehman Brothers analyst Bruce W. Harding. He warned that accounting rule change by the Federal Reserve is going to require that they have all this extra money on hand to be solvent.
So
basically, it spooked investors about the firm's ability to raise that kind of capital, and the sell-off began this week. And tomorrow, said both stocks at historic lows with steep declines of more than 80% from a year ago.
Ouch.
which means the companies are going, it could fold tomorrow.
Well, and part of it is that the places that invested for Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, these are a lot of the mutual funds, these are university portfolios, retirement, a lot of retirement funds, that type of thing that invested
That's right.
in it.
And they said, is a government bailout likely? And they said, absolutely not, because they know there's not enough money to bail them out.
So how is this different than what happened with the savings and loan crisis?
The savings and loan was in the billions. This is in the trillions.
Ooh.
That's different. I mean, okay, the savings and loan was like the United States government cutting out a project in the United States military.
Okay.
But this is like shutting down the entire government.
Ooh.
It's basically almost every loan that isn't every loan that is not done through a bank or HUD is through these two organizations. Which
That's
means
really
it's like
bad.
I think like 3 out of every 4 homes in the country go through these people.
So what happens if you have a home financing that goes through them? I guess we're going to wait and see.
Okay,
huh?
basically, let's see. What if they failed? Okay, any threat that they will fail tomorrow will basically force a credit meltdown across the country, which is going to raise your mortgage rates even higher, and could cause a 30-day call-in on your loans. Okay, if they go out of business, it would totally disorient the private housing market. Basically, it's as close as this Titanic sinking as you can get. They would no longer be able to package and guarantee mortgaging. The funding available in the housing in the United States would basically completely dry up.
So basically, the only people that will be able to afford a home are those that can practically pay for cash.
Yeah.
But that's like how it used to be.
It's
Long time
that's
ago.
Right. And the government doesn't guarantee. The government set up these two organizations, and basically they have no control really over them. They said they do not guarantee the loan, so anything that you've taken out from these organizations is not guaranteed. They also said if the government takes it over, the stockholders lose all their money.
Why is that?
Because it is a default organization, and the government then would rewrite all of the rules. And the $5 trillion which are owned by other people would be forfeit, which basically destroys economies all over the world. I mean, there's a lot of wealthy people in this country. Okay, they're going to be taking. There's $1 billion in unbacked government money in IndyMac. This is $5 trillion that is not backed up. $5 trillion.
Ouch.
So basically,
the government doesn't want to own all those homes.
The government doesn't want to own all the homes. The government can't own them. Well, there isn't enough money in the government budget to salvage the companies. So what it means is, I didn't quite make the Great Depression. I'm a little bit younger than that.
Good thing.
I'm from around World War II. But my family lived through the Great Depression. That's when all the financial lending institutions collapsed in this country. We're looking at a total, if Monday could bring a total meltdown of every financial institution in the world.
Oh, that sounds really bad.
That's right.
Because it not only affects the United States, but it affects other countries because they invest in this country also.
Yeah. One of the people said you could look at 15 million foreclosures. 15 million. That's there's only like 200 now, a little less than 300 million people in this country. But that would have, by the time it got done, it would affect, they said, 45 million homeowners.
Well, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's 1 out of every 3 homes in this country. And what they would do is, because banks, the people that own the notes on all these homes, being not the world's most intelligent people, otherwise they wouldn't go into that market to begin with. They would basically make a call on all the homes because they need the cash. And when you make a call, basically you put more homes into foreclosure, and there's nobody out there. Okay, you can't borrow money to buy them. You can't borrow money to keep them.
And if things are tight already, how many people could actually, if there was a 30-day call-in for their mortgage? Hey everyone, this is Not a Spring Chicken. This is an editorial. So come on, give us some feedback, give us your responses, because, well, in the editorials, they're all opinions, aren't they? So let us know what yours is.